Hello and welcome to Cargo Creations. If you're a new subscriber, welcome. If you are already subscribed to the channel, thank you very much. And we are back to give you an update on the Magic Kingdom expansion. So if you haven't been with us to this point, they have put out an expansion concept art for Magic Kingdom, and we are changing our park here into we're using the concept art to build that area. Now we know that it's going to change. Disney comes out with concept art. It generally changes. Sometimes it doesn't, but if you remember Splash Mountain, its concept art to Tiana's Bayou Adventure was different than what we got. We know that. We'll just change it as they bring out new art. So again, we're up at the park entrance here. Actually, we're right in front of the resort area where we have my custom monorails, and we've got the Grand Floridian, the Contemporary, the Polynesian. We've got in addition to the Polynesian, and as you see, we have that water pad area with Moana. And so we'll get to that at a later video, but let's get back into the area of the expansion. So we're gonna come around here. We know we have this, Tomorrowland is on a table that rolls away as we come down to Main Street here. And this is a view down Main Street for anybody that's a new subscriber or new to the channel. We started this in 2020, and it was on the other side of our basement here, and we moved it to this side. Last summer we moved it, and it gathered about 5 more feet. It's about 30 feet long and about 16 feet wide. And we do see some construction over here. We're building a family room, and I'm building actually a bedroom where this used to be. So this gave me a lot more room to expand the park. So I knew that they were going to be expanding back towards that area. I mean, they had been talking about it, and that was probably the most logical way. So it wasn't anything that I was I had any kind of inside knowledge on, but I wanted to make sure we had enough room back there to expand. So even behind the clouds in the back, we've got about 3 or 4 feet that we can expand into as they start expanding the park. So let's get to that area back here in the Frontierland. All right, and here we are back here, and we're gonna go step by step through this. If you guys haven't been with us, we did add that new portal there so I can get into this region back here and really work on the Haunted Mansion and Big Thunder. And we have moved Big Thunder back, okay? And we've expanded, I even slid Tiana's Bayou Adventure down a little bit. And as you can see, we've got some wood exposed there because what I've done here is in Frontierland, I have taken that I had a large sidewalk here. And what I've done is I've taken that out and I've slid the road closer to that, which is enabling me to have more space here. So let's take a look at the build and what we've done since the last update. So starting from that last update, we had this curved road that kind of comes up an incline here and comes over this bridge here. And what I've added is, and this is pretty much a free build, okay? So I had some direction, and then I pretty much just, like people ask me, where I get the ideas from, similar to the Country Bear Jamboree. That was a fun hole set that I reimagined. Okay, and sometimes it doesn't look much like the set before it. It's just that once I start getting going, I can kind of imagine things in my head and that was a pretty easy build there. So there's the Country Bear Jamboree. But in this case here, the concept art, which I'm going to show you in just a second. I'll clip to that and then come back to this so you can see where I'm at here and what it kind of looks like based on the concept art. But what we've got is we've got a mountain range here, okay? And there's a waterfall coming down. And in the picture, you're gonna see the racers are coming out of this cave here. And so what we're gonna do is bring that around And then we've got a lot more to build up here. So I've built out into the sidewalk here. So I've mills plated that so I can move it easy. But this road comes around and goes around the side here, okay? It's hard to make out on the picture, but you'll see it as I clip that in here. You'll see where the ride goes around. And then as it comes down, as this water comes down the hill here, this mountain, it goes underneath the bridge. Now, it doesn't reappear so much over on the other side in the concept art from what they're showing us, but I'm sure it either goes under and obviously it tails back through around the park there. But the cars actually come under the bridge as well. So part of that is the ride itself. So as we look at the mountain here, a lot of those really cool tree designs. They're a little bit different. Those are neat pieces that I was able to just make into those trees. I've got some of the other trees, and then that kind of rock formation there, as you'll see on the concept art. And I'll show that in a second here. But that's kind of what we're looking at. I think it turned out really good. A lot of tree work and that, and you're gonna see, I'm gonna put this right in the camera angle here, and then I'm gonna clip to that picture. I'm gonna do that right now. All right, and hopefully that was a decent transition to that picture. I'll be adding that when I go back to edit this video here. But that's kind of where we're at right now. Now, you might say, well, what are the plans back into the rest of that attraction there? Well, we're going to try to, the best I can. I see like a barn area. I think I see where there's the I think we're getting 2 attractions out of this. This larger attraction, and then more of a attraction for smaller kids. So I am gonna add the IPs in here. So I've got some Star Wars. You see some Star Wars sets back there. There's another building back there that I'm gonna add to Frontierland, because along with this, I am improving Frontierland as we go here. Obviously, we've moved a building that was here. There it is right there, that like farm, that market-like area. That building's gonna probably come back here in some capacity. And I am gonna work on getting Frontierland completed, that walkthrough. So where this building is here, that walkthrough that goes right to Aladdin's Magic Carpet Ride. So got a lot of work to do on that. We'll be doing updates on just the Frontierland itself and those buildings. But I wanted to show you guys this today. Let me see if I can get a different angle here. And I'm gonna go back in that porthole there and show you it from behind there. You might get a better vantage point or viewing of it there. So not using any instructions, just trying to look at the concept art itself. And they're usually, it's a real grainy picture, as you saw there. But I think it's coming along pretty well. Tell me what you guys think here. Let me get into that other porthole and give you that other vantage point. But I'm gonna get down at ground level here, and that's kind of what we're seeing there. So there's that mountain. I think that turned out really good. Tell me what you guys think of that. Like I said, it usually goes pretty fast. People ask me what it's not anything special. I don't do anything that any other builder doesn't do. But once I get rolling, I really do like to, I can complete it pretty fast. Once I get it in my head what I want to get, and I get the right pieces, because I was waiting for some of those mountain pieces and tree pieces to come in. So let me get back into that other porthole. All right, here we are behind it now, or I'm facing towards the front of the park. So this is the vantage point from here. You can see all the way back to the resort area there, back of the castle. So we look over here towards Fantasyland, and then here's the Haunted Mansion. And then behind me here, got a little bit of a mess here, but this is Big Thunder Mountain. We've got a building we're going to add to Frontierland there as well. And we come around Tiana's Bayou Adventure. And eventually we're going to get the train station in here. Okay. And we're going to work on this walkway over there, and I'll update you that on Frontierland. But now you can kind of see how I kind of minimize that sidewalk over there. I think it actually looks much better in Frontierland. I think that sidewalk, it was just too big. And by that, it gave me some more space here. And so as we look at the build itself, as you can see, I've got this area. What I've done here is I take the gray, and what I'm doing is making that rock wall around. And then what I'll do is I can use other colored pieces in here to build up. And then I'm going to use, I'm waiting on some of these colors to come in, the tan. And then what I'll do is I'm just going to work that through, and I'll mold that, just work it up just like I did over here. I kind of put some different colors in there to kind of show the different texture of the land there. And then eventually I'll get some vehicles in there. They're not the typical vehicles like Lightning McQueen in them. It's really tow mater and some trucks. So I'm going to be looking for those kind of builds to get into the ride as well, or into the build here. And then, so let's get down and take a look at the mountain itself. So I think that really turned out really good. I really enjoy making pieces like that. I don't, if you haven't been with me and saw some of my videos, if you're new to the channel, I don't like using instructions. I like to just free build off of memory and images. And I just think it's really relaxing and enjoyable. And really, that's really what I get out of all these builds. It's really relaxing. The instructions kind of bug me when I use those. I know I have to use those when I get the new sets and all that to get exactly what I want. But when I'm free building, I really do enjoy that. Just building and creating on the fly there. So it's usually, trial and error. So tell me what you guys think. I think it's coming along really well. I'm really excited about it. And obviously, it'll probably change. So they'll come out with a new concept art that'll be totally different or adapted. And I'm just going to go with that. So we'll adapt it as it goes. But so far, I think it is turning out pretty good. Like I said, over here, don't forget, I'm going to be adding to that. I know you're like, well, that's going out into the sidewalk there. But like I said, on the concept art, it kind of shows that it's taken that area. They probably will have, some sidewalk in that. We'll add that as we go. I think I have enough space to adapt to that. So I will leave that knowing that might happen. So that's all I've got for you today. Again, I really appreciate you guys following and subscribing. It is just, it's fun. Communicating with you guys. So if you got any ideas or any comments, please leave them with me, and I will get back as soon as I can. And until next time, guys, we will see you soon. Bye-bye now.